How to perform Taraweeh prayer correctly, a detailed guide. Taraweeh is one of the special prayers performed during the month of Ramadan, a sacred month for Muslims. It is a powerful and profound act of worship, offering believers the opportunity to show their obedience and strengthen their faith through prayer and self-purification. In this article, we will explore in detail how to perform Taraweeh correctly, the number of raka'ah, the procedure for performing it, and the important factors to consider when participating in Taraweeh prayer, thus helping Muslims perform this ritual accurately and effectively. 1. What is Taraweeh? Taraweeh, Arabic, Taraweeh, is a special prayer performed by Muslims at night during the month of Ramadan, after completing the evening prayers, Isha. Taraweeh is an opportunity for believers to express obedience and purify their souls, thereby strengthening their relationship with Allah. The Quran clearly states the importance of Taraweeh prayer, emphasizing that it is one of the means to erase sins and elevate the believer's standing in the afterlife. 2. The number of raka'ah in Taraweeh. Taraweeh can be performed with varying numbers of raka'ah, depending on the tradition of each community or individual. However, there are some basic guidelines that every believer should follow. A. Basic number of raka'ah. Typically, Taraweeh is performed with either 8 or 20 raka'ah. 8 raka'ah. This is the minimum number performed by some Muslim communities. Believers may pray 8 raka'ah of Taraweeh with 2 raka'ah in each section. 20 raka'ah. This is the more common number in many Muslim communities, especially in larger mosques. Performing 20 raka'ah allows believers to complete more during each Taraweeh prayer session. Method of performing Taraweeh with different raka'ah counts. When performing Taraweeh, believers can pray with different numbers of raka'ah depending on the tradition of their community or their personal ability. Both the 8 raka'ah and 20 raka'ah methods have their unique characteristics and procedures. Here are the details of how to perform Taraweeh with different raka'ah numbers. 1. Communities. Performing 20 raka'ah of Taraweeh. In communities where 20 raka'ah of Taraweeh are performed, each prayer session will consist of 20 raka'ah divided into smaller sections. This method is common in many larger mosques, especially in cities and Muslim communities with a large number of worshippers. Dividing the prayer helps believers maintain focus and avoid fatigue during the long prayer session. Divided into smaller sections. The Taraweeh prayer with 20 raka'ah is usually divided into 5 sections, each consisting of 4 raka'ah. After every 4 raka'ah, there is a short break, about 1 to 2 minutes, to allow worshippers to relax, regain strength, and prepare for the next part of the prayer. Benefits of dividing. Dividing the prayer into smaller sections helps maintain the spirit and focus of the worshippers throughout the session. The breaks not only allow the body to recover, but also provide time for reflection on what has been read from the Quran, deepening the understanding of the sacred messages. Lengthy prayer form. Performing 20 raka'ah of Taraweeh generally takes between 1.5 to 2 hours. After each short break, Worshippers continue with the next sections of the prayer until all 20 rak'ah are completed. This can be a physical and mental challenge, requiring worshippers to maintain patience and concentration. Mental and physical aspect. Praying. 20 rak'ah not only helps believers practice perseverance, but also fosters unity within the Muslim community, creating a sense of togetherness as they all submit to Allah. While the prayer may be long and physically tiring, the short breaks between sections help participants sustain their spirit and health. 2. Communities. Performing 8 rak'ah of Taraweeh. For those who perform Taraweeh with 8 rak'ah, each prayer session is simpler and quicker. This is the preferred choice for many individuals or smaller communities. Performing 8 rak'ah can be done consecutively without the need for breaks between sections, as the total prayer time will be shorter compared to 20 rak'ah. Continuous prayer. With 8 rak'ah, worshippers generally do not need breaks between sections. Each individual can complete the prayer consecutively, finishing the 8 rak'ah in a short time frame of about 45 minutes to 1 hour. The quicker pace helps participants avoid feeling overly tired or pressured by time. Flexibility. One of the strengths of performing 8 rak'ah is its flexibility. Worshippers can complete the prayer in a short amount of time while still ensuring the quality of their prayer. The lack of breaks also creates continuity and focus throughout the entire prayer session, and simplicity and effectiveness. Even without breaks between the rak'ah, performing Taraweeh with 8 rak'ah remains highly effective, allowing worshippers to express their reverence for Allah and fulfill this important ritual during Ramadan without facing significant physical challenges. 3. Things to consider when praying with different rak'ah counts. Praying according to your ability. Although performing 20 rak'ah of Taraweeh is common, worshippers should not feel pressured to complete this number if they feel tired. Performing 8 rak'ah still provides the full spiritual benefit and fulfills the purpose of the prayer during Ramadan. Believers should pray according to their ability to avoid exhaustion or a lack of sincerity in their prayer. Focus on quality. Whether performing 8 or 20 rak'ah, the most important aspect is sincerity and focus in each part of the prayer. Do not let the number of rak'ah dictate the experience. Instead, focus on the quality of your prayer, your understanding, and connection with Allah through each verse of the Quran. Flexibility and the ability to choose. Each Muslim community may have its own tradition regarding the number of rak'ah in Taraweeh, and worshippers can be flexible in choosing the number that best suits their circumstances and capabilities. The important thing is to complete the ritual with respect and devotion. Whether performing Taraweeh with 8 or 20 rak'ah, each method has its own advantages and fits different spiritual needs. Dividing the rak'ah into smaller sections makes it easier to maintain focus and health during the long prayer, while performing 8 rak'ah consecutively offers flexibility and time-saving benefits for those with less time to pray. Most importantly, each believer should perform Taraweeh with reverence, patience, and attention to every word of prayer. See shorter and longer prayers. Although 8 or 20 rak'ah is the common number, Some believers may perform fewer or more rak'ah depending on their personal ability and health. The most important thing is that the prayer is performed with sincerity, without feeling pressured by the number, which could affect the quality of the prayer. 3. How to perform Taraweeh prayer correctly. To perform Taraweeh correctly, worshippers must follow several basic steps. A. Purifying the soul and preparing the mindset. Before beginning the prayer, Muslims should prepare their mindset and purify their soul. This can be achieved by purifying the body. Perform wudu, ablution to cleanse the body, and clear the mind of negative or unrelated thoughts to the prayer. Focus on the purpose of prayer. Taraweeh should be performed with the sole purpose of showing obedience to Allah, purifying the soul, and praying for forgiveness. B. Steps of performing Taraweeh prayer. Taraweeh prayer follows the same procedure as other Islamic prayers. Below are the key steps that need to be performed. 1. Standing, Qiyam. Begin by standing and reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening, followed by a portion from the Quran. The person praying may recite any portion of the Quran, but typically a significant portion is recited during each Taraweeh session. 2. Bowing, Ruku. After reciting the Quran, the worshipper will bow and say, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, glory be to Allah the Almighty, while bowing. 3. Standing up, Tidal. After bowing, the worshipper stands up and recites Rabbana Lakal Hamd, our Lord, to you is all praise. 4. Sajda, Sujud, prostration. After standing, the worshipper will perform the sajda, prostration, bowing down to the ground, and repeat the prayer, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, glory be to Allah, the Most High. This is one of the most important moments in prayer, as it is the time when the worshipper is closest to Allah. 5. Repeating the sujood. After performing the first sajda, the worshipper will sit up and perform sajda once again. 6. Completing a rak'ah. After completing all the movements of a rak'ah, the worshipper will stand up to begin the next rak'ah. 7. Salam. After completing all the rak'ah, the worshipper ends the prayer with the words, Salam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. May the peace and mercy of Allah be upon you. Important notes when performing Taraweeh. Group prayer. If praying in congregation, ensure that you follow and listen to the Imam's guidance to maintain the correct sequence and avoid losing pace. Don't pray when too tired. Taraweeh can last anywhere from 1 to 3 hours, so it is important to listen to your body and not let fatigue affect the quality of your prayer. If necessary, you can perform fewer rak'ah. Concentration and devotion. The most important aspect of prayer is to perform it with a pure heart and full concentration. Do not rush and always maintain reverence throughout the prayer. Taraweeh prayer is a special and significant ritual during the month of Ramadan. To perform Taraweeh correctly, believers must understand the number of rak'ah, how to perform each movement of the prayer, and the importance of maintaining focus and devotion throughout the process. Remember that Taraweeh is not only an act of worship, but also an opportunity to get closer to Allah, purify the soul, and seek forgiveness during this sacred month of Ramadan.